everyone, my name is Elva Meadows. I'm a local real estate agent in Hamilton, Ontario. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a 7-step guide to buying your first home. And please stay tuned to the 7th step where I will discuss how to avoid having your new home turn into a repair nightmare. Stay tuned. But first, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. I release a new video every week. So let's dive in. Step 1, knowing your budget. This is one of the most important steps in the home buying process because you have to make sure you're solid with the finances before start looking at any houses. I have seen my buyers going through the entire home buying process because their friend, the mortgage broker, told them that no worry, just go shop. I believe you can afford this price. Just find the right house and I'll prove it for you. And we went to look at different houses and found the right house, and they made an offer. They even spent $400 on the home inspection, and then the mortgage broker told them that no, actually you cannot afford that price. I thought you could, but you actually can't. It was really not a fun experience, especially when it's your first house. In fact, I don't work with this kind of mortgage brokers myself, the ones who tell you to go shop, no problems, I'll prove you later. I mean, I find that to be a very lazy and irresponsible way of, treating your client, because you wouldn't go shopping without knowing exactly how much you have in your wallet. Why would you do that with a house? A good mortgage broker is going to sit down with you, go through your finances, and figure out exactly how much you can afford with a pre-approved letter. And that is a letter from the lender stating how much they're willing to loan you under what conditions. They will have your interest rate, amortization, everything written out. You know exactly how much is the maximum amount you can spend. It's no longer a he said, she said situation. It is a document signed by your lender. So you want your number to be solid. Once you have that, you can go look at any houses within your budget. Step 2, finding the right real estate agent. Now, this is actually one of the most crucial steps, I would say, because having the right professional working for you is a game changer. It's going to make your experience smooth and enjoyable, or it could be hell. And so why is it important to have a buyer agent working for you? Because we all know the listing agent works for the seller. In fact, they have a contract in place stating that the listing agent and the sellers are now in a client-agent relationship. So according to RICO, which is Real Estate Council of Ontario, that there are 2 types of consumers in real estate. There are customers and client. A client, by definition, is someone who has a contract in place with the real estate agent, just like the listing agent does. As an agent, we owe a client fiduciary obligations, 100% loyalty, full disclosure. Our sole purpose, our sole responsibility is to watch out for our client's best interest. In this case, the listing agent's client is the seller, and their job is to get them the highest amount possible from the buyers. And these are real estate professionals who deal with real estate every single day. Needless to say, you need someone in your corner looking out for your best interest over the biggest transaction of your life. Step 3, finding the right house. Now, with this step, the most important thing is actually to set your priorities straight. Now, 9 out of 10 times the first home budget might be limited compared to what you would like to buy. Now, when I was a first-time home buyer, I remember my eyes are definitely much higher than what my wallet could afford. I had my heart set on Queens Quay area, and quickly I realized what I could actually afford in that area was small 1-bedroom condos that were just not fitting for our growing family because we already had our first daughter at the time. We decided to sacrifice location for size. We got a 2-bedroom condo in Etobicoke, and it was in a good school catchment area. It had a playground downstairs. It had a true sense of community. It just had everything we needed, not necessarily what we wanted. But a couple years down the road, we were able to upgrade to a better building, bigger unit. When their second child was born, eventually we built enough equity that we moved to Ancaster and bought a detached home. Okay, so stay focused on the bigger picture. Break into the market. Make some sacrifices for that dream home down the road. Prioritize your needs over wants. Look for the right house, not the perfect house. Remember, this is just the first step. It's all about building up. Step 4, home inspection. Now, the reason I put this before making an offer is that you might consider getting a pre-offer inspection to get more bargaining power. So this is how real estate negotiation works, right? The less conditions you have, the more bargaining chips you get. So here's a tip. Many people opt for a walkthrough inspection nowadays. It is a condensed version of the traditional home inspection that usually takes about 4 hours. It costs anywhere between $400 to $600. They wind up giving you a home inspection report that is pages long, including every little details that needs to be fixed in the house, like a leaky faucet or loose doorknobs, things that sellers are not going to reconsider negotiating the price for anyways. Walk through home inspection, they focus on the major issues like foundations, roofs, asbestos, or if there's any knob and tubes, if there's a leaky foundation, focusing on the big ticketed items. And it can actually save you time and money this way. Step 5, offer time. Drafting an offer is like a chess game. First and foremost, you need to know, or your real estate agent need to know the market stats. So having a local real estate agent is so very important in your home buying process. When I first moved to this area, I was not a realtor at that time. Naturally, I brought my Toronto agent with me. I actually really liked my realtor. She was a great real estate agent. However, she didn't know the market in Hamilton that well. And it was like the blind leading the blind, right? I had to figure out a lot of things on my own because she didn't know the area better than I did. And she certainly did not know the selling price that well. And we actually made an offer, and thank God that offer actually fell through, because later I found out that if that offer actually had gone through, we would have way overpaid. And because the Hamilton Burlington market don't actually data share information. So unless your agent subscribe membership to both board, which is quite expensive, they're not going to know the selling price of the street. In fact, as a listing agent, there have been several times where Toronto agents representing buyers asking me what are the sold stats in the area. So as we established earlier, that as a listing agent, my job is to get the seller the highest price possible. It would have been very easy for me to make them believe that our asking price is actually quite reasonable. And it's totally within my right to do so, because if the buyer agent is not able to do their own homework, it's not a listing agent's problem. We're not obligated to do their homework for them. That's why it's very important to establish first the market value of the house through the professional that you're working with. And secondly, know your bottom line. Especially if you're going to be in a multiple offer situation, in most cases, you get one shot. In this case, you need to know the market value so you don't overpay, and know your bottom line. What is the highest price you're willing to pay for this property, and won't be upset if you didn't get it. Remember, always put in proper clauses to protect you from any potential legal situations. Step 6, deposit. Buyer has 24 hours to hand in a certified check or do wire transfer to the listing agent's brokerage. Within 24 hours of the contracts being signed by both parties, the buyer needs to hand in the deposit to the seller's brokerage to seal the deal, without which the offer becomes null and void. Make sure you had those funds in place before making an offer. Right now in Hamilton, Burlington area, people are asking about 5% of the purchasing price as a deposit. Step 7, closing day. Now, weeks prior, you should do your final walkthrough to take measurements for your new furnitures, or perhaps having some quotes from contractors if you plan on doing renovations. And also call utility companies to transfer your utilities to the new address effective on that day. But on the actual closing day, the most important thing to remember is to check all your chattels in the house, like the furnace, AC, stove, washer, dryer, and make sure everything's in working condition. Because once the clock strikes midnight, and then you find out that something is not working, the repair becomes your own problem. So I know that moving day is usually quite hectic, but make sure to tie up all the loose ends. So there you have it, 7 steps to your ultimate home buying guide. Do you have any questions? Leave a comment below. If you're looking to buy your first home in Hamilton, Burlington area and don't know where to start, please reach out to me. I would love to book a buyer consultation where we can go through your needs and wants and set your plan in motion. Thanks again for watching. I'm Elva Meadows, and I'll see you next time.